Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're addressing a topic that sounds like it's straight out of a political thriller. The potential for the United States government to take control of Ripple's massive escrow of XRP. This speculation has been reignited following a significant confirmation from the White House about its plans to expand ownership in private companies, and a well-known pundit is now directly connecting that strategy to the world of digital assets. Let's break down exactly what's being said and how realistic this scenario actually is. The story begins not with crypto, but with traditional industry. According to the report, Kevin Hassett, the director of the National Economic Council, confirmed on Monday that the Washington administration intends to continue a new policy of taking stakes in private companies. He pointed to the recent deal with Intel, where the U.S. government secured nearly a 10% share in the semiconductor giant, as the model. Hassett described this move explicitly as the first step toward building a sovereign wealth fund, an idea he noted that President Donald Trump has continually supported. He stressed that we should expect more deals like Intel's to surface across various industries as part of a deliberate push to expand this fund. This is a substantial shift in policy, and it naturally raises questions about how far this strategy could go. President Trump defended the Intel purchase on his Truth Social platform, pushing back against claims that this was excessive government interference in the private sector. Interestingly, this announcement coincided with Congress introducing the Freedom from Government Competition Act of 2025, a bill designed to reduce government competition with private businesses. The contrast is striking and highlights the complex and evolving approach the administration is taking. This is where the discussion turns to crypto. A commentator named Zach Rector directly highlighted Ripple in the context of this new government strategy. He posed a critical question. If Washington wants to expand its holdings beyond traditional companies, could it eventually set its sights on Ripple's escrowed XRP? For those who need a reminder, Ripple currently controls 35.6 billion XRP locked across 14 wallets. At current valuations, that stash is worth approximately $100 billion. It represents the single largest concentration of XRP and is a fundamental part of the asset supply mechanics. Rector's remarks did not come out of nowhere. They revived a speculation wave that began earlier this year when the U.S. government first announced its plan for a strategic digital asset reserve. While that initial announcement did include XRP in its list of assets, it very clearly ruled out purchasing XRP on the open market to fill the reserve. This paradox, acknowledging XRP's importance while refusing to buy it, is what led pundits to ask a more provocative question. If they won't buy it, could they simply take control of it? This is where we get into the technical and legal possibilities, and the analysis becomes truly fascinating. Back in March, a validator on the XRP ledger's default unique node list, known as VET, explained how such a move could technically work. According to VET, Ripple wouldn't even need to wait for the tokens to unlock monthly. He stated that Ripple could, in theory, simply change the regular key on the escrow accounts, effectively shifting ownership to the U.S. government or another entity in one transaction. He was very clear that while this is technically possible within the design of the XRP ledger, he expressed serious doubts that such an arrangement would ever actually take place. The legal perspective adds another layer. Back in February, attorney Jeremy Hogan argued that the U.S. government would view an asset like XRP not through the lens of blockchain philosophy, but through the lens of national strategy and security. Hogan floated the idea of a potential government seizure of the escrowed XRP, drawing a historical parallel to the 1933 gold confiscation. His statement was direct. If leaders believed XRP provided a hedge against global risks, they would not hesitate to act, either by taking Ripple itself or by controlling its escrow. This is a powerful notion that national interest could potentially override everything else. Furthermore, after Judge Annalisa Torres denied a joint request from Ripple and the SEC for an indicative ruling in June, another analyst, Brad Kimes from Digital Perspectives, speculated that this legal decision might have inadvertently opened the door for Washington to eventually claim the escrow, though many dismissed this particular claim as a stretch. So what's the critical takeaway? We have a confirmed government policy to take equity stakes in companies, a $100 billion asset pool in Ripple's escrow that is technically controllable and historical precedent for asset seizure in times of national strategic need. The pieces are on the board. However, it is crucial to maintain perspective. This remains, for now, in the realm of intense speculation and thought experimentation. The logistical, legal, and political hurdles to such an unprecedented move would be enormous. But the mere fact that serious analysts are discussing it so technically highlights the growing intersection between national sovereignty and the digital asset space. It's a discussion that forces us to think about the ultimate power dynamics controlling the future of finance. What do you think? Is this a legitimate future possibility, or is it purely speculative fiction? I'm very curious to hear your perspective. Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more clear and critical analysis. Thanks for watching.